Let's have some fun. This should work, I hope. Yeah. Perfect. It's working. And now, just for fun, let's do this. All right. So today, doing some casual art related stuff because it helps me, excuse me, build out useful, excuse me, helps me build out useful algorithms for more serious applications. But I mean, art is a serious application in its own right. It's an important thing that we humans do. We express ourselves and just mess around with generative art tools, which is tons of fun, honestly. Really great. Really great ways to just explore ideas and stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing today. More art. I made an amoeba. Let's see here. So we got polygen, which generates a polygon structure. We've got blobgen, which generates a blob structure. It's a little slower to load because it's a little less efficient, but so it goes, you know? Let me just finish this thought here. It's kind of cool. Right, so this is like a blob amoeba sort of thing. Managed to do that last night. Felt pretty good about that, actually. There you go. Fun, kind of cool looking shape, if I do say so myself. Okay, but what's the point of today? Oh, okay. The purpose of today is not to do that. It's to work with the idea of Truchet or Truchet. Truchet is probably how you pronounce it. Truchet tiling. And I've built this extremely simple one so far that basically it does. It's just a tile. It's 4 rotations. And the tile is a function that can be a variable width and a variable height. It looks nice when the width and height are the same size, but they don't necessarily have to be, depending on how you design the shape of the tile. So what you can see here is that exact situation happening, where I can do the width and height independently. So, and I only have to design one orientation of tile, at least for basic tiles. And then I can make more and more complicated tiles and maybe even do like grouping and recursive tiling and stuff like that. But we'll start super simple. We'll go beyond these It looks kind of nice, but it's very basic lines and triangles, right? Like, sure, that's cool, but is there more we can come up with? The answer is hopefully yes. Oops, did I... See, that doesn't really look like anything that great. But it looks a lot better if we go up here and change the fill to something like this and run it again. And it actually looks... Oh, let's just change this not to the sketchy polygon. Let's do regular polygon like that. Right, there you go. It's very simple, but it already looks kind of nice. Although, in this case, I kind of prefer it to look the same. And let's also do it this way. There we go. Right, so these are squares. This is exactly the concept that you see here. Nothing too special going on, really. But the quarter circle one is kind of cool. Looks nice. I like that. Okay, so let's do that one, because why not, right? I'm just trying to think how this will actually end up looking. Well, let's... Okay. There, let's do a quarter circle tile. Okay, so this, first of all, let me figure this out. Why don't... that's weird. Let me fix this for a second. Maybe... So I guess path arc drawings are not perfect yet. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure it out for a second here. Or maybe it is working. I've just confused myself. Okay. set the fill. Ah. Interesting. It's just wrong. Okay. Okay, we're kind of approaching the correct behavior here. Okay, it looks like it behaves well within this sort of range. So, I mean, let's go with that as a helpful starting point anyway. Oops. I want to check what happens if I create an arc and then rotate the arc 90 degrees as a start. Okay, that's promising. Yeah. Okay, so that seems to be working actually reasonably well. At least well enough. That's a problem. Oh, I see. The reason that's disappearing, it's still there, but the bounds, my bounds calculation function must be doing something a little bit weird with arcs. Excuse me. Oh boy. Therefore, it's not exactly correct, but for now, I'm gonna just be okay with that. Let's try to build out a quarter circle tile anyway. So I want to do this. I want to fill a square with 2 quarter tiles. Very simple. All I have to do... Oh, there's gonna... this is not... I'm getting ahead of myself. There might be several issues with this approach, but we'll try it anyway. Let's imagine... Okay, so the center point is the bottom corner of the tile. Let's imagine it's 100 by 100. The starting point is halfway into that tile. But let's imagine that the tile is 100 by 200. Like this. See, it's not going to be correct because it's an arc, not an ellipsoid. So it won't be a non-square. This screenshot looks like a sad face. Sorry, that's unrelated, but that's pretty cute. It was funny. All right, let's change tack. Let's change tack. Let's use the parametric arc. Let's imagine a square again for testing purposes. A is 50, 100. So that's on the bottom midpoint of a square. So that's this here. B is, it's going to be, this is wrong, but let's do it this way for now. Oops. And let's do this one as 150, which is going to be this end point here. Then in order to get that to work, I have to, so that's a parametric equation, so I have to run it through yeah, I have to map it through range 0 to 1. Let's do that. That should be fine. Then I have to run it through el/polyline. Let's see if this will work. I'm not sure what'll happen. I don't know why this didn't work. What am I missing here? Oh. I messed something up there. In the wrong thing here. Let's go SVG, CLJ. How's everyone doing today, by the way? Hopefully everyone's doing well. Having a good time, getting the things they want done. Feeling okay about things. All right, so in the case of okay, it's actually in circle. This is also a duplication here. That's not oof. Right, so what I'm trying to find here is the cause of this. I can fix it. Why does that happen though? Right? Like that's not, this is clearly not correct. If I do, actually, what happens if I do a 0.0? Well, let's be lazy for the time being and go like this. There we go. It doesn't look right though. Okay, well, so obviously this is wrong, but it's a lot better. Huh. So it's wrong because I want it to be, so this is a semicircle at a 45-degree angle. That's not actually what I want. I want less than a semicircle, right? So the arc itself, I want the tangents at the edges to be horizontal and vertical, and they're not. They are at 45s like that. So I will have to figure out how to calculate that midpoint, but for the purpose of getting something into here, let's at least sort this out. Okay, so the quarter circle tile is going to be this construction here. Simple, 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 simple. Okay, but instead of these, right, we just want to do, let's first of all do, let width half, height half be, sorry, we gotta map it like this. Width half, height half be map divided by 2.0 width height like this. Okay. And now the arc itself is going to be starting, the first arc is starting at the bottom. Right, so you've got width half, full height, and then here, midpoint, let's make it width half, height half for a start. It's wrong, but it's a start. And then here we've got the full width and then half the height like that. So that's the first arc. And now let's just do this. I'm just gonna copy this, paste Arino, wrap that whole thing EL/G. So it just returns a group of two elements, normal stuff. And then the second arc is gonna be on the opposite edges. So we're gonna have half the height and 0 width. Middle will change again. And then we want half the width half, and 0 height for that one. And let's see what that looks like. Let's give it a 50-50. Yeah, okay. So it's obviously wrong, but nevertheless, a good starting point. Had an interesting... Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's fix the style on this. It's a polyline, actually, not a polygon. Like that. And we actually... Do we want a fill to it? Well, let's see how it looks. It's not going to look great, I don't think, but I don't like it. I don't like it. So we'll do a fill none. So let me just be lazy, copy this like that. None. None. There we go. Okay. Again, like I said, wrong, but cool, maybe. So let's now pop all the way down here. Let's try quarter circle tile. Ooh, I actually really like that. That looks really cool. Huh. Not bad for a first little thing. Oh, let's actually try this. That's pretty cool. So it actually, it's working okay in terms of properly translating things. That's a good thing, I think. Let's make these 24, 24 like that. Oh. Why did that happen? That doesn't make sense to me. I quite like it. These look like little butts, and these look like little, it's pretty funny. There's like clovers, acorns, kinda. What's the, not the spades, but the clubs. Yeah, clubs. Kinda cool. Neat. All right, but let's figure something else out here. I wonder what happens if I go wild, buck wild with this here, where I make the center of this one width, height, and then the center of this one 0, 0. What's this gonna look like? It's not really gonna look like anything is the answer. Well, let's do something like this. Again, it is wrong, but that's okay. Maybe. Let's see. Divide by 0. Wait, why is that? What did I do wrong here? So the divide by 0 errors, there we go, must be coming from, so if I do 1.41, let me check this, see if that works. Okay, so that's much closer to correct. It's wrong, but it's 1.141. What's just throwing random values out. Yeah, that's also wrong. There's for sure smarter ways to figure this out, and I will get to that in a minute, but I kind of just want to find like a arbitrary value to figure out. Oh, and also I'm going to change tack just a bit here. So I want to do, oh no, never mind. I'll be right back though. Gotta go to the bathroom. Okay, that is close. So let's start subdividing that like this. while subdividing. That's not the right word to describe it. Oops. You know what? Let's call that good. And so then 1 minus 0.275 is 0.725. So let's try as a start. Let's go like this. See how this looks. Nope, I meant to do this. Okay, so that looks like a pretty good tiling. Let me see what happens when I change this. I don't think it's right. Oh, actually. Oh. Did I accidentally do a smart thing? I kinda did. Alright, alright. Let's... Enough of that gab. Let's do this. Oh, also... Let's just get rid of this stuff like that. There we go. Yes! Okay. So it's... If you look at it, it's not perfectly circular. That's because I'm literally guessing numbers, so it's not too surprising. But that's kind of cool, even as is. I'm pretty happy with that. I would like to do one of these situations. Yeah, so it's obviously not gonna stay circular because I did not do any, well, because it's arcs, not like Bezier curves, not with like, there's no smoothing at the connection points. I'm not explaining myself very well, but the tangents are not preserved across a stretch of those things. Now, you can figure out the mathematics to get it to work that way, but I'm honestly pretty happy with how it's looking as is. As a first pass, it looks pretty cool, I think. I actually think this would look cooler. Something like this would look cooler with geometric shapes, not a smooth arc. Yeah, it might be fun. But, yeah, so you can kind of see it if you look at this at a circle portion here. If you do look at the quadrant positions, like the 0, 90, 270, and 360 degree positions, they're not lined up perfectly. I mean, at a quick glance, it's pretty good, so I'm not really complaining. It's just not complete yet. But I love it. It does look really neat. Actually, let me think about this for a second. Okay, I'm gonna try something wild here. First of all, I'm gonna change this. Quarter circle tile. Sorry, I was just thinking about the calculation for this center point here, but I'll get to that later. I don't care enough right now to solve that. What I've got my mind on is something a bit different. Also, let me change the base style. Okay, that's kind of nice. All right, so what I want to do here is change this from element polyline to path polyline. That should work just fine. It should look the same too. The difference being those are now path elements instead. Okay, so the next thing I want to try is let's see if this actually works. Ooh. Null pointer. Okay, let's get rid of this for a second. Okay, so that doesn't work. Oops, that's gonna print to the... Oops. That's a lot of printing, sorry. Okay, right, so A, let's count A. It should be 200. Yeah. Let's just pare this way down. Let's do 5 by 2, so it should be 10. Perfect, okay. Right, so let's redef A. Like this maybe. Okay, let's use this. So we've got a few, what I'm checking is if there's a quick and easy way where I can merge paths and then have the connected strings become their own unique shapes. Basically, instead of grouping everything per grid, you kind of glue certain grids together. I'm trying to think if there's a quick and easy way to do that. So let's do path merge paths of A. Okay, but A is a bunch of paths, right? Okay, so let's take for A. Okay. So why is this null? I've just been ignoring the error. Let's see if there's a stack trace. Nope, there isn't. That's not helpful to me. All right, let's explore this. If I just take one, does it still fail with some kind of null? it does. So something's wrong with my merge path here. I was quite sure I fixed that, but I guess I did not. Bummer. I wonder if I did something wrong. Commands. Key props, last paths, yeah, that's right. This part's right. Assoc into that, into the D key, overwrite it with this, commands to path string of XF commands. Okay, so that's all fine. Where is it breaking? That's the thing I'm not sure of. So let's say we have, sorry, just managing my life. Chaos, 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 chaos. All right. Enough of this. Wait a second. Let me think about this for a second. If I just take one. Oh, wait a minute. This is a group, isn't it? Of course. So I'm not destructuring this properly. I would have to do it. Well, I have to do it. I have to do it differently. Who would have known? Right. What's happening is each cell is a group. I have to merge each group, or I have to. Sorry, that's not what I mean. I have to change this to be, let's see. Let's let the path, let grid be this whole thing for a minute. Okay. Nope, please, there. Then, here, I have to map over grid results. Let's actually do it like this. Cells, call them cells, because that is, let's take the cells, and then inside each cell, I have to, actually what I want to do is map cat, drop 2 over the cells. Okay, that, so it should still display properly, I think. Let's find out. Yes, okay, but take 1A. Oh, so sorry, I want to do this. Take 1A. Should now just be a single curve. Yes, okay, good. If I take 2A, it'll be what was the original cell. Okay, so now if I do path merge of A, ooh, it still fails, but why? That's annoying. Wait, what? Sorry, what did I just do here? What did I do wrong? Is it because it doesn't have a Z? That shouldn't really make sense. Oh, I think this is the problem. Apply. That's what it is. Okay. Okay, so let's do this. Tools, cider, show. Let's get rid of everything. Apply path merge paths to A. Okay, there we go. All right, now, let's take one of apply path merge paths A. That's not. Oh, right. I want to do this path split. So what I'm curious about is cider show. If I count A has 30 pieces. If I do this, count this. Yeah, okay, so it round trips everything back to its own constituents. So that's not a tactic that's gonna work. What was the purpose of this? Well, it was to see how good this thing was at. Let me take a really small example. Let's take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take last two of take 5. Oh, I'm in the wrong. What? Where did it go? Okay, this works. Okay, so what I'm curious about here is basically if I were to merge these. Okay, here's the problem, or one of the problems. Here, this point, this last point of the one arc and the first point of this arc are close, right? So you would say, if you're just a human looking at this, you would say, okay, let's round, for sake of argument, let's round 11.9 up to 12. And for sake of argument, let's similarly round 12.09, blah, 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 down to 12. Okay, so these points share an x-coordinate. 0.17 and 0.166. Like, you could argue, okay, those are obviously pretty close as well. So here we have that situation where they are definitely close enough that I would want them to be merged into a single path. So I wonder if I should have some kind of thresholding thing here where the merge occurs, and if the start and end points of any given paths are close, then they are merged into the same string, as in, instead of having an M here, it becomes an L and just continues this path. So that is the thought process here. Right, so it's within the clean commands thing that I could threshold it so that if the distance between the points is within some epsilon, right? So let me capture this idea for a second here. Let's take this. Let's clean this structure up for a second here. Util / distance between this point Sorry, this is really messy manual editing here, but nevertheless, it's how I've decided to do it for some reason. Okay, there we go. Okay. Right, so the distance between these 2 points is 0.1. So yeah, so there's two problems here. One, the inaccuracy of my own placement code might just be causing this to be not nearly as accurate as it should be anyway. And two, what's the threshold that I want to set? So I could have well, let's just try something with a big threshold. Let's merge distance. Let's call it literally 1. Let's make it pretty big for now. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. So okay, so PA/PB is point A, point B. CACB is cursor A, cursor B. Oh, command A, command B, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so here, the only thing I need to do here is if distance between PA/PB is less than the threshold. Yes, okay, so that actually should be pretty good. So let's do utils/distance PA/PB. If that distance is less than the merge distance, then you drop that M and you end up merging the two. Otherwise, you leave it as is. So let's try that and see if this makes a difference. Let's find out. Now, in reality, this threshold, so if this works, then we're cooking. This threshold should be much smaller, I think. 1 is pretty big. My gut's saying 0.01, something like that. And then I can work on this side of things to get the code to more accurately position things. So as a user responsibility sort of thing. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. All right, so we're done blob gen. We're in Truchet. So we can just keep those minimized there. Let's eval that. Let's hope there's no errors. Oh yeah, it's gonna be displaying stuff in there, which is fine, I guess. Really should clean that up. Okay, let's have a look at what A is. Let's do tools, cider, show, A. Ooh. Oh, that's annoying. Why did that happen? did I mess up here? Oh, did I not save this? Oh, yeesh. Yikes. Let's load this again. Okay. Let's do A again. There we go. Okay. Whew. All right. So let's count A. 30. Okay. Now let's do count of merge or path merge A. Ooh, don't love it. Take 1A. It's just a path. Okay, that's good. Okay. Let's just do that. Path merge. Bummer that. All right, let's see what's going on here. Zero 12. Wait a minute. Right. So this might be a bit of a futile exercise. Let's just move on to making some more tiles that look nice. I think that's fair. I think that's fun. I think that's fine. Fun, fine, and fair. All that good stuff. Let's get rid of this. There we go. Okay. I'll be right back. right, let's just make a kind of a fun. Let's just make a tile. Let's see. Let's just make it a grouped thing. Let's get the half width, half height thing in here because that'll be helpful. And let's try one other thing. Doesn't look that cool. Thought it might look kind of neat, but it doesn't really. Not sure that it's displaying properly though, to be honest. Well, let's do oh. We're good. focus up and keep on moving. Why don't we? This is not working the way I was anticipating it. Oh. This is why I didn't switch both over. There, it might work now. Not exactly. I mean, I like it, but it's not right at all. Yeah, let's move on. Let's ignore this. Let's get out of here. All right, let's make a fun tile. Okay? We'll start with the simplest possible thing, which is circle. Let's give it a radius of 0.125 of the min of width and height. And then let's style it with the base style. Let's add here, by the way, fill none as the default. Let's just reorder it like this. Oops. There we go. Okay. Of course, you have to translate it to the right position. I actually just realized there's a way faster way to make this, and I'm gonna do it right now. Oh no, never mind. No, never mind. I won't do it. Let's just finish one thing at a time here, Adam. Okay, fun tile. Okay, circles, good. Exactly what I wanted for now. And now, okay, where to go? Let's add to this group some very simple things. Very, very simple. Let's add one line from center to the bottom, which will be at width half height. And let's TF style that with base style. And let's add another one from the center going to the full width and half the height. Let's do that. Let's redef A. And let's show it. Looks kind of cool. It is what I programmed, so let me go back here to A for a minute. Just, oh, I don't need to concat anything, but I need to. Let's just do take one. Okay, so that's the single unit repeated over and over and over again. It It should, the lines should touch, should they not? Sorry, let me... What did I miss here? I think I missed something. It might be in how I'm computing the rotations of each of those. That was weird. Oh, that's why. Ah, okay. Shoot, I've got some errors. I know what'll fix this. No, I don't, because it should be fixed. That looks cool there. It's wrong, but it's cool. Why did this, Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Let me see. I don't know that I've fixed the problem though. I might have to think about it off stream a little bit more. It looks as if we're back into the same problem again. Yeah. Okay. At least we're getting stuff that looks like what I want it to. Okay. Let me make sure. That's annoying. Sorry, everyone. I thought this would be a little more snappy, you know? Like, well, so, I mean, the tiles are being generated. It's just the shapes are... It's just not working the way I was hoping it would. That's okay. Is what it is. It's the way it goes. How long? Okay. I think I've got about 20 to 30 minutes left for my stream, and then I have to get going. Sort things out with my life. Okay. So why did that happen? A's empty. Okay, so this does make functions. There we go, kind of. Okay, so here, this is the problem I am facing. Well, maybe I can fix this. Let's do, okay, so I've got here the bounding box center and the O center, the original center, the object center. Let me think about this. Why does the bound center not work? Oh, right, because, no, it should, let's change this back to bound center. Okay, so if I change that back to bound center, redef A, show A, that looks right. Now, here, now, we fix that. Let's go, def A is this. Now let's, now why doesn't this work? This should totally work. They should all be lined up. And why is that not the case? Right, so like if I do utils slash centroid of points of tf slash bounds of fun tile 2020, 10 is the center. Right, now if I do tf centroid of fun tile 2020, it should also be 10. Ooh. That's why things are going weird. Right, so let's do the same little thought process with try tile. That's the bounding box center, 10, 10, that makes sense. Then here, let's go try tile again. Wait a second, why? Yeah, okay, for the sake of this should work. Because in both cases, we've got 10, and then here, we've also got 10, which is exactly what I want. Now why? Oh, okay. No, let me think about this for a second. Sorry. Rotate around. Let's take the tile, right? We'll rotate it 45 degrees around 0, 0. Okay, so it's almost correct, but there's that deviation happening. That's just no good. So let me change my tactic here. First of all, if I were to take this, translate the tile itself back to its origin like that, then instead of rotate around, right, I just do rotate. Will that put it in the right spot? Let me see. TF/rotate, of course. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do instead. I'm just gonna say tiles have to be centered around 0, 0. Everything else about them can basically be the same. Because you end up with these deviations which aren't helpful. Although that probably just means I haven't thought about it perfectly yet. Hmm. Okay, so that works. Let's see how this works. I don't think it will. Yeah, okay. That's kind of what I thought. Hey, Sue Films, doing well. Glad to hear you're doing great. That's nice. Do you remember your Project McFly? Yeah, I do, for sure. How's that going? Yeah. Is it going well? I hope so. Where was I? Just wondering if I should add Back to the Future trivia commands. I'm not sure what you mean exactly by that. You're stuck on it? Reached a bit of a hard point in the project? I have sympathy. That can be hard to get through those kinds of moments. So you mean trivia like just kind of as an Easter egg? It sounds like fun, but it doesn't sound fundamental to the project, if that makes sense. But as a fun Easter egg, it could be nice. Kind of like... Oh, that's not a thing. I meant I'm having trouble with the McFly project. Yeah, I gotcha. I understand what you mean. All right, I'm sort of focused on this project, as you might be able to tell. I'm just trying to think about what I've done wrong with some of my assumptions. This looks pretty cool, actually, but like, it's kind of like, so what, you know? I gotta come up with cooler tile sets, really. was wondering if I should add trivia commands. Like if you input hashtag BTTS, it outputs 3 movies in the Back to the Future series. I mean, go for it, right? Why not? I'm a little confused as to what the goal of your McFly project is, to be honest. So I can't comment on whether or not it's like a good idea or a bad idea to do something like that. You know, like if it fits with the ideas you had, if it fits with the goals you wanted, then by all means go ahead, right? Like there's no reason not to do something like that. But if it's a tangent from what you actually wanted to accomplish, then it's arguably not a good use of your time. You know, that's the only thing. It totally depends on your goals, and I just don't know your project's goals. That's all. So it might be good. I mean, it's obviously just a for fun thing, right? So you can't really go wrong in that respect, but it depends on how you want to spend your time programming, you know? You're creating more and more interesting shapes and patterns. I'm trying to. That's the goal. So I managed to make another blob generation tool. You let it load, it makes like a sort of amoeba, so that's pretty cool. And this is a tiling approach to things. So here I can generate new amoeba-like shapes. Takes a while to calculate it, but there you go. Little blobbies. That's kind of fun. At least I think so. All right, and then Truchet tiling is the name of the game, honestly. The name of the game. The focus of Project McFly is a math, statistics, data analysis, data science, and data viz coding language. You're a movie enthusiast and you like data and facts. Yeah, that all makes sense. I'm just saying, if the focus of the project is math, statistics, data analysis, data science, and data viz, that's all fine and good, right? That's a lot of different features to start putting into a tool, which is great. But then putting in trivia commands is just a fun side thing. So if you're really stuck and you can't figure out what to do next, and you just want to do something, I'd say go for it, right? There's no reason not to. But if you're like, I want to get this done, I want to get this useful, then I would say don't do it. Just spend your time first doing, like, getting more feature complete project, right? So that's what I mean. Do you want to get it really useful for other people to use quickly? Do that. If you want to do something kind of to keep your momentum and just do something fun so that you don't get bored, then add the trivia commands like you're talking about. That's how I would think about it. Sorry, I'm just I'm drawing tiles in my brain. Thank you for the advice. Yeah, yeah. I mean, so take it or leave it, right? I'm just some guy on the internet. You totally do what you want. I do wish you the best on your project. Those projects are hard to do, like, you know, especially if they're personal projects. It's hard to find the motivation and time to do all that, you know, stuff like that. Good luck on your learning, discovery, and projects. Thank you for the encouragement, C-Films. I appreciate that. I hope I do hope your project goes well. I hope you can get the features you want sorted out, and that you get unstuck and know where to head next. All of those things, it's tough when you're in that spot. So I have total empathy for that scenario, and you can do it. You can do it. You just got to be patient, stay focused, and you'll get there, you know? All right, let's do this quarter circle. What was it called? Quarter circle tile. Whoa. Okay, that's pretty cool. I kind of like how that's... Oh, this is turning fun. Oh, wow. That's not bad at all. Even for a set of quarter turns that are not correct. Like, I just guessed at the inflection point, if that makes sense. Diggity dang, that's looking pretty nice. This looks like a kind of bike lock or something. Is there any Lisp features I should look into potentially adding to McFly? Well, that's... So Lisp features... short answer, no, probably. Let me think about it, though. Nice shapes and patterns. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with how it's looking so far. This is gonna throw it for a loop, but I'm gonna... This won't look right, but I want to add to it just to see what happens. Try tile. Let's do that. The triangles just totally throw it off. It's kind of... I just had an idea for kind of a layering effect. That might be fun. Kind of generate 2 or 3 grids, and then you can layer on different colors and stuff like that. That's an idea. Is it a good idea? That remains to be seen. Who knows? Let's pop a line tile in there, though, and see what that looks like. Oh, yeah, that's right. I made the line sketchy. Yeah, the triangles look a little random. Yeah, no, they don't really fit nicely with the... At least with the theme. Like the rest of the set of things in there. It's a little too small. Let's make it just a bit bigger. It's also... So the lines, I applied a sketchy function to it. Let's change that. EL/line. But yeah, Lisp features. So, I mean, probably not. Some of the best things about one of the things that people say about Lisps that are great are... Sorry, one second. I have to go soon, but I wanted to finish this thought for a minute. Okay, so Lisp is not one language, it's a bunch, but it's the big feature is homoiconicity. Is that's what you'll hear people talk about? I don't even know if I spelt it right. Yeah. it means the same representation. It's a property of some programming languages. Typically Lisp languages is basically what people mean. Ooh, this is a bit small now that I look at it though. Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't worry. Don't worry about Lisps. Would be my piece of advice for you today on regarding that specific question. Just think about the features you want to be adding for now. If it's a command-based language, like you type a command and it returns something to you, I would worry a little less about it being. I don't know that it needs to be Lisp-like, I guess, is my short answer. But like, since you're designing the language and everything, you'll probably want to be doing your own research. Homoiconicity is a term that might be interesting to look up. Immutability might be another one to look up. That's what Clojure uses. So Clojure immutability is a primary feature of the language. Those are the kinds of keywords you might want to look into for your own design, but I'm not going to get into that today. So, all right, I want to come up with one or two more quick little things before I go, because I'm having fun now with these random. Oh, I forgot to regen. Let's do this and this. Now it's def A again. I think this might break, but let's see what it looks like anyway, huh? No, it actually worked. All right. Okay, this is starting to come together decently well. Some of these shapes look really fun too, like just looped on their own like that. What about sort of a dashed S looking shape? Dashed, like a $sign kind of thing? Maybe. It's not a bad idea, actually. Next thing I was gonna do was something on. Okay, let's take fun tile, make another one. Oops. Jeez, hello? Help? I can't, there we go. Okay, so GL. A point is going to be yeah, this is kind of messy, but we'll go with it. And then B point is going to be guideline 0.67. Like that. That should be fine. I've been thinking about if I want my language variables mutable or immutable. Yeah, it's a tough question. I mean, so you'll probably get, like, you could probably move quicker if you make them mutable data structures, and users might initially like it better, but you really have to think about long-term what you want in the language, right? So think about how you would use it. Would you use it with mutable data structures or immutable? That's, I think, probably the first question to start answering in your own head. I'm biased with Clojure in my brain, of course, so I don't know, right, what the correct thing to do is. There isn't a correct thing. Anyway, I'm just kind of yammering, to be honest. All right, let's do this. Because what I actually want to do Let's modify this with a fill. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do something slightly different. GitHub. Are you typing a command into... sorry, C-Films, are you trying to type a command into the chat about my GitHub page? Or are you just saying something about GitHub? I'm not sure what you're getting at, sorry. I was trying to get my GitHub, accidentally put GitHub in a chat message. Oh, I see. Bit of copy paste issues there. That's fair enough. Or whatever. I was just confused, that's all. Okay, so here, all I need to do to make this actually look the way I want, this position, I'm starting from the center and I'm going down. So what I actually want is HH plus the radius here. And then this one, I actually want plus the radius there. Okay. And now as a start to this, let me translate this to A point then B point, and then this line this isn't gonna look right yet, but actually, let me just see that I'm doing this right. There we go. That looks pretty good. All right, I'm gonna go to the washroom and I'll be right back. I have one final thing I want to try and then I'm gonna go. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Be right back. Okay, almost time to go. I'm gonna finish one thing up. I'm gonna make this look kind of cool, maybe, and then I'll get going after that. So let's begin by looking at this first circle set here. So what I want to do is change these two lines to match what I want. Okay, so we've got the background rectangle, we've got the circles here, and then the lines. All right, so this circle is at a point, which is in the top left, basically. So what I want to do here is coming from, I want to draw from a point to the left side, so that's going to be 0 and half the height. Oop, that's not a number. There we go. Now this line is going to be similarly from a point to the half width and 0 on the height. Now we just fill in the last two things here. So we draw from B point to the full width and half the height. Yeah, and then we go from B point to the full height and half the width. Okay, let's see if that looks good at all. I don't know that it will, but we'll start with it. Let's do fun tile 2. I need better names for the tiles, but whatever. You know what? Let's have a look at what just that fun tile 2 looks like on its own, because I'm confused. I'm going to move my try check plus number value check for single equal sign to triple equal sign. Why are you going to do that? Weird. Cool and weird. Let's also do tools, cider show, fun tile 2, 50-50. It's very cool looking. I quite like it, but it's not good enough yet. Not quite good enough. Let's change the radius, make it smaller, first of all. And then we also see rotated 7s in your image. Oh, in other ones. Yeah, like up here. There's like these corner lines might be a sort of 7. Some of the squigglies might be 7s. There's no like intent behind the randomness. It's just generated that on its own, right? Okay. Let's call the radius smaller than that. Let's do that, I guess. Eventually a single equals will be an assign operator. Okay, I gotcha. I mean, you could make the assign operator not an equals sign, right? Like, you don't necessarily need to use equals in that way. Like, you could have I'm trying to think of an example. Like, I don't know if it's true in Python, but if you type something like def a 20, or is it in Python, is it def a equals 20? All I'm saying is, like, you could have it such that your language doesn't, you just don't use an equal sign there, right? You could have this mean define a to be 20 without needing to put an equal sign there, and then you can keep your equals as a comparator. Anyway, that's whatever. But why would you have to go all the way to triple equals? Why not just double equals like some other languages do? Width quarter, height quarter, map. It's kind of a weird way to write things, but let's go with that. So you set a variable in Python, right, as var name equals 20. Yeah, no, that makes sense. But you can just, so you could, in your language or whatever language, do something like this. You could do def var name, and then the value of it is 20. So that, if you make your parser and compiler read it just fine, that's just as valid, right? There's no reason that wouldn't work. Anyway, that doesn't matter. You could, like, I don't know if it's a good idea, but you could literally do it like this too. You could do var name is 20. You could use the English word is instead of an equals sign. I'm not suggesting that's necessarily a good idea, but the symbol that you use, you don't have to overload things like that if you don't want to. You do not use var in Python? I don't know what you mean by that. I didn't use var in my example. I just said var name, as in variable name. Anyway, I gotta go soon. Okay, let's do a polyline. We'll actually end it at apt. We'll start this one at 0 half height. Oh, I also need to put it properly in a list now. Or in a vector, I mean. here I want to do quarter width, half height. Okay, polyline here. Oh, double equal is just a numerical comparison in McFly? Gotcha. Right, so triple equal is something like object equivalence, right? Like, I think JavaScript does that, where a double equal is different than a triple equal. Something to that effect. I don't remember. Okay. Okay. I don't know if I drew this right. Let's find out. Kind of. It's not exactly what I wanted it to be. There's that little kind of kink in the chain there, but it's not too bad. Not terrible. And in fact, I could, if I change these values to be three, 7, 5. One minus 0.375. All right, this. Okay, that's looking pretty good for a nice little guess there. I'll take it. In fact, well, let's just leave that the way it is for now because, like I said, I have to go. Let's see what this looks like when I generate a grid of it. Weird. Cool and weird. Let's make the grid bigger. That's also cool looking. Wow. That's pretty awesome how drastically things change, eh? Like, with just a few tweaks. Let's go with that for now. Okay. That looks pretty cool. All right, let's do one final thing, and that final thing is to mix them all together and see what it looks like so far. It's not going to be good yet, but you know what? Let's take the line tile out of there. That's pretty cool. There's still room to improve, but I'm kind of starting to dig it. It's pretty neat. Okay. Let's make this 16 by 16 and make this 32 by 32. Oh, I have to do one. I said one final thing, but I have to. This might go really poorly, but let's try it anyway. Let's bump the height up to 64 and then drop this. Let's do 12, 24. Let's see what this looks like. It's not all that cool looking. Cool designs. You're doing creative code? Yeah, I would call it creative coding. It seems like a pretty fitting definition of the term. All right. That's pretty satisfying. I am gonna leave it at that for the time being. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks C-Films for chatting. I appreciate that. It's always nice. Good luck with your projects. McFly in particular, good luck. I have things to get done, so I'm gonna call it for the day. Should be back again tomorrow, so anyone who's tuned in now and wants to see some more, feel free to join me again tomorrow. I'll probably be doing a little more creative work like this. Hopefully not Truchet tiling. Hopefully some other ideas I've got cooking, but we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, have a good one. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good night, day, sleep, awake time, whatever it is you're doing. I'll be on my way. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.